Okay, this is session 6 in preparation for day 7 of the game The Wretched. By now you should know how this game is played and the premise of it, so check out the playlist and hit subscribe and like and all that stuff. But we begin by rolling the dice to see how many cards we're going to pull. A 4. It's not a 6, so I've broken the run of rolling 6s. Okay, let's see what we've got. A 2 of diamonds. Now it would have helped if I've opened the rulebook, so bear with me while I do that. Guess I've read it several times. Not that you need to actually. You can play through it quite quickly. But I haven't memorized them. Here we go. 2 of diamonds. Zoom in a little bit so I can read it. The 2 of diamonds. Shortly before your engines failed, the ship was struck by a small asteroid that didn't appear on the scanners. Oxygen has slowly been leaking out of the hull where it hit, but you spent a few hours fixing it. Pull from the tower. Okay, I think that's quite a simple one. I think I've mentioned in the past that I've got the EVA suits rigged up and ready to go in various strategic locations, so I might roleplay that I've had to put one of those on to sort that out. But I've been struck by an asteroid. And that was shortly before the engines failed, so everything started to go wrong when the asteroid hit. Is that how the intruder got on board, perhaps? Anyway, pull from tower. Ooh, whoa. Oh, that's nice and loose. Pop that on there. And I've still got my card that helps me out and says that I don't have to pull from the Jenga tower if I don't want to. I think I'm going to save that for when the situation gets really bad. Like now. Oh no. So that goes on top of there. King of spades. Oh, mustn't forget, I need to roll. No. So on a 6 I would have removed one of those. King of spades. Kings are bad, I know that. The past few nights you have been dreaming about the creature. What happened in your dreams? Been dreaming about the creature. So repeatedly we've been messing with Flight Engineer Boys' mind in that he's never actually seen the intruder. He's heard it. It talks to him in his head, but he's never actually seen it. But he's caught glimpses of he thought he saw himself in pain in the mess hall with his guts hanging out, whimpering, but then when he went back later there was a mirror, so he thought it was that. I think a dream where he's looking in that mirror at himself and it's a reassuring dream, but then his reflection grabs him and pulls him into the mirror, something like that. I like the idea of that. There's some extra here I've got to read. Do not discard this card. Yeah, place it where you can see it. If this is the 4th king you have drawn, the creature has gained access to the wretched and it has finally found you. The game is over. So I think maybe we should just spread them out a little bit like that. Okay, I can pop that there. So that's 2 of the 4 drawn today. Flip. Look at all these faces. There can't be many faces left in here. At least they haven't all been the king. That would have been game over. Jack of clubs. You gather together the bodies of the crew you were closest to and seal them in the remaining airlock, saying a few words of remembrance over their bodies, but you can't quite bring yourself to jettison them. What words do you say, and why is it so hard to send them out into space? Pull from the tower. The idea that springs to mind is, have I been talking to them? And is it hard to let them go because I'll have no one to talk to? Got the daily log to talk to, but maybe I could say that, but it's just not the same. And that I've been talking to them maybe in some macabre. I've talked about the Winchester bar before. Maybe I've got them all set up in some kind of macabre social event there. And then I saw my senses and dragged them to the airlock, but I can't quite say goodbye to them because it means I've got no one to talk to. That's my idea. We'll see how that... And that's the good thing about this game, you know, it inspires you to think about some ideas, but then it's up to you how you play them out and role play them out. And sometimes it just happens on the spot when I'm doing the recording. Not that much planning goes into it really, apart from this. Right, last card of the day. 4 of diamonds. Refreshing not to see a face card. The many skirmishes of the creature caused a huge amount of internal structural damage. You spend a day tracking down all of the issues you can find and fixing them as best you can. Pull from the tower. Well, I guess that's a pretty simple one, isn't it? The many skirmishes with the creature caused a huge amount of internal structural damage. You spend a day tracking down all the issues you can find and fixing them as best you can. Pull from the tower. Unless I roleplay that with the previous card, and by spending so much time going around spending all day tracking down the issues, maybe these are bodies that I found and didn't know they were hiding in places. Maybe they're the ones that I've dragged to the airlock. I kind of like that idea. We'll see where I go with that. But pull from the tower. Was I supposed to pull from the tower for the Jack of Clubs as well? Do I owe it 2? I do. Nice try. Did you see that? I tried to get away with 2 then. God, this is getting very, very delicate. This one's been loose for a while. One. This one? No. Oh, I'm running out of choices here. This one must be loose back here. Look at that. That is so wobbly now. I can't see the ship surviving much longer. And isn't that so interesting that card, that final card, is talking about it deteriorating and so many problems, spent all day fixing it, and look at the state of it now. Just look at how many holes are in this thing. It's loads. I think such a good concept for representing the ship. Really enjoying this. Okay, the next video will be the actual daily log.